Welcome everyone to episode 3 of Ask the Boss. This is the last one for the year 2022, but the third one for the 2023 season. I do want to say thank you to all the fans and members that have provided feedback, not only the questions that you've been asking, but also the positive feedback about the segment and the fact that the content we're providing and the transparency that you're all getting pretty excited about. So thank you for your support. We've had the head coach on in Tim Sheens. We've had obviously the assistant coach and the future head coach with Benji Marshall. And we now welcome our newest recruit, David Klemmer. Welcome, David.
Thanks, Justin.
The process is that we have fans we go out to fans and our members. They come back with questions. So I'll go ahead and just ask you a few questions. The first question that came in from one of our members was, what's your middle name, David?
Yeah, I thought that's a tough one. My full name is David Lamont Gorlak Heinz Klemmer.
And the heritage behind that?
There's a bit of German, maybe a bit of Scottish, I think. So.
Do you go back to Germany at all? Have you ever been back to Germany?
No, never. I've only been to England, but yeah, I might have to get over there one day.
Is that through your mum or dad's side?
My father's side,
Side. That wasn't a question that came in, but I thought I'd ask that anyway. A serious question that came in from one of our fans. Obviously, last day of training today, so finished for the pre-season block pre-Christmas. How has your first couple of months been here at the club?
Yeah, it's been eye-opening, definitely for myself coming down, seeing how this club operates and the vision Benji and Sheensy have had on this squad so far. It's a breath of fresh air for myself. It's been great. A lot of young blokes, a lot of fit, strong. Exciting. I'm just pumped to be down here, and the boys have been that welcoming, which has been really helpful, and it's been really good.
So it's interesting because I know speaking to you before actually arriving after your signing, that you were nervous like a schoolboy, like starting school for the first time.
Yep.
You've played over 180 games. You've played for Australia. You've played for New South Wales. How nervous were you coming in?
Yeah, it's different. You're going to a new environment. The clubs have different sort of cultures and that as well. But I just wanted to make sure I come down here and bring a good standard and making sure I get accepted in the group and which the boys have been that good to me. I don't know what I was too worried about, but it's been exciting for myself and my kids love it as well. So yeah, they've been good.
The onboarding experience from start to finish so far, with the way obviously the contract was handled, then when you came down here, the onboarding experience, introduction to the club, the facility, how did you find that versus the experiences you've had elsewhere?
Yeah, probably coming into this new facility, having a look around, it's pretty eye-opening. The money that's gone into it and the time as well. It's great, and the boys love coming in here. Sometimes, I heard a lot of people say already, they find it hard in the off season to get people training, and especially the young blokes. But they couldn't get anyone out of here, training in, which is good, and that's paid results for a lot of these guys coming back really fit and strong and doing really well. So there's no catch ups being played at the moment, and I was that excited to see that and just chime in and play my part and do the best for this footy club.
I know pre you coming down, and I think we spoke about it with Tim Sheens, that in the off season, sitting in the office that looks over the gym where I am, that I saw a lot of players bringing their partners, wives, family, siblings in and just showing them around, which was something that was really heartening for me because it showed that people were really proud of the new environment and the workplace that we had, which was great. Yeah. We've got a whole process around onboarding. We want to make sure that when people come, they're really simple and little things, but deemed to be quite special to individuals. There's a letter that's presented to every single staff member on the day. There's a pack of, polo shirt and backpack and everything else that's available. There is someone that's attached to that individual to make sure that they go around and meet with everyone. We try and get interaction with all family members. We've got obviously had our Christmas party last week, which I'll ask you about in a sec, where all family were invited and partners were invited on that. And we've got a family day coming up in January. So it's a big part of our organisation. It's a big part of the ethos about what we try to do. And when we talk about enriching the lives of our community, it's not just external, it's internal as well. So talking of the Christmas party, Clem, we went on a boat. How'd you find the Christmas party, the first West Tigers Christmas party?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, just the players, partners, and the staff. It was a good night to get out and just connect with each other, just to see everyone, especially for myself, just meeting everyone's family, and yeah, it was really good to bring us closer just before Chrissy, and yeah, I really enjoyed the night, and yeah, the feed was good too.
And last week we had, or you guys had in the gym, a surprise visit from someone.
Santa
and
his
an
helper.
elf, I think, as well.
Yeah, and the elf. That was a bit of a surprise from just before our big weight session. Santa and his elf come in and give us a little tickle to feel the boys. So that was good. I think it was NATO and Dan Laurie.
How has NATO been to you personally?
Yeah, he's really made it hard for me since I've come here. I've got him back a couple of times. He's a lively character, NATO. So yeah, I've got my eye on him.
Out of all the players that you played with, like you talk in an affectionate way about players being pests around a footy club, where does he stack? Is he top three?
Yeah, he's definitely climbed himself up there in my short time here. So yeah, I'm pretty scared. I'm pretty scared.
We cohorted. We're in cahoots. Is that the right word? Cahoots. Together to get him back.
Yes.
Has he stopped being a pest since we did that to him?
For a couple of days, he did pull back, and then he just can't help himself. He just gets that itch in himself, and he just can't help himself.
Fair enough. Talking about family, so since you've been down there, I think I understand your wife and 3 boys.
And the little girl.
So the 4 have been still up in Newcastle.
Yep.
I think they're planning on coming down soon, or just came down, I think, last Friday.
Yep.
So how was the separation, and how excited are you now to have them back with you?
Pumped, mate. After I love playing rugby league. I love doing that as a living. But as soon as I've done my day, or done anything with footy, that's my switch off. That's where I go home, and that's my zone. I switch off and enjoy my family and my kids, and they are a handful, and they do keep me on my toes. But I enjoy that, and I miss them. Especially in the pre-season, and yeah, so I'm pumped to have them down for Chrissy.
The youngest versus the oldest. What's the age difference?
What is it? 8 years.
8 years.
So 9, 7, 5, and then 2-year-old soon.
So we had a Members' Day here a couple of weeks back, and I walked in earlier, and I didn't know if it was or whose they were, but there was a couple of the boys doing bombs in the pool.
Yeah.
Were they yours?
I'll probably say so. The mullets, the mullets flowing around.
They look like they were enjoying themselves.
They love it, mate. They've been hammering me every time they did come on the weekends down. During the week, they just having me making sure I've asked the right people if they're allowed to come in and meet the boys. Yeah, they're mad Tigers fans now.
So there's 2 questions coming up, one for me and one for you. This one's from a fan by the name of Andrew Williams Cotter. Why did you choose West Tigers?
Yeah, I knew Brooksy. I knew a few of the boys, and then I just seen. I know he didn't have a good year last year, and well, Knights didn't even have a good year either, but the way he's played against some of those top 4 teams and those top 8 teams was really appealing. There's a lot of hard work to go in, and the boys have been doing that now in the off season, and I just seen a lot of potential, especially coming here. I was pretty shocked to see how the boys are training wise, and what they've done. It's a credit to themselves how hard they worked and what they've done in off season, what they've done so far. So as soon as I made the decision, I was pretty content with it. I was pretty happy, and I made the right one. And they're just coming down training and mixing it with the boys. It's it's been good. It's made me lift even more, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Do you have an appreciation, being at other clubs, about how big this club is in regards to fan base and geographical area and the spread and the support that it has?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Obviously you got Balmain all around here, and then you've got Wes, who's the catchment now of that area. It's growing. It's going to be massive. Probably the next 10 odd years, it's going to be a lot of people out there, and that junior base is going to be huge. So having those two attachments, it's going to be great for the footy club, and there's going to be a lot of talent coming through.
The other question that was asked in regards to yourself was, to me, why was Kelemmer on the recruitment committee's radar? Fairly simple one in regards to, I think you mentioned before, Clem, it's a pretty young squad, so we're looking for someone who's obviously got Australian experience, international experience, state of origin experience, someone who's a leader. All the conversations we've had about you and with people about the high standards and the values that you have. You spoke about the family values, which is really strong to this club, but also the leadership qualities and the fact that you don't accept people not operating at the standard that you'll buy into. So, for us it was pretty easy, and certainly from the club, from the board, from the management exec, and obviously the coaches, we were ecstatic when you actually decided to commit to the club. You've played 14 Origin games for New South Wales. A supporter, William Booth, a lot of Williams at the moment, would like to know if you have any aspirations to play again.
Definitely, but it all depends how you're travelling as a footy player and as a team as well. And yeah, mate, if I'm playing the footy that they accept and they want to pick me, so mate, the fire's still there. I'm gonna be training and performing, or trying to perform as the best I can week in, week out. And if that warrants selection, I'll be stoked. And but my main focus will be just making sure I'm nailing my role every week for the Tigers, and making sure I'm setting the standard and helping the boys out.
Another question from a supporter, Benedict Lim. He wants to know, what do you believe your impact will be on the young squad this year?
Probably just saying, I don't know, probably just how I go about my business in and around training, on and off the field, and making sure I'm doing the right thing. Obviously training wise, off the field, and I just want to try and help the boys coming through. I just want to make sure I'm a good role model for them, and they're starting out their careers, and some of them are between starting and a couple of years experience. So if they do take anything from what I do, I'll be stoked. I just want them to do the best. They've been doing this since they've been trying to make it, and trying to do it since they were little fellas as well. So if I can help them in some way, I'll be stoked.
A couple of the questions are on the same sort of line, so I'll break it up by jumping ahead and then come back to them again. Evidently, we've received a lot of comments about when you played from supporters, when you played your best, you had a shaved head. Is that coming back? Are you superstitious?
I am a bit superstitious, but my oldest boy, he's the man for my haircut. So whatever, I have to go for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he determines.
Yeah, he's the one that I had a rat style for the first couple of weeks here, but so he's the man. So I have to put a request in from him.
So if he came to you and said peroxided blonde, mohawk, that's you?
Oh, it'd be tough. It'd be a tough carry that. I don't know. I have to sit down with him, making sure. I've got to make it. He's pretty reasonable.
Does he get the same haircut? Do you both get the same?
Yeah.
Oh, you both get the same.
We both got to wear it as well.
Okay.
So, and he loves himself. So, he wants. Yeah.
Robert Norris, a 17-year member. So, Robert, thank you for your support. Has asked, what do you think of our chances are of climbing the ladder in 2023? And let's take a step further. Having been at the club for a month, what potential do you see from this playing group, and what are your aspirations as a team for the 2023 season?
Oh,
there's a lot of questions there.
Yeah. Obviously, bad year last year for the club. And a big improvement from that would just, obviously the calibre we've got now is competing for that top 8. Trying to, and that's what everyone's trying to do in the off season, and train for that. So, From what I've seen training wise, it's been good. The boys are getting through a lot of work, and the way that Sheensy and Benji want to play footy, it's going to suit this team a lot. And we just got to make sure we've got the calibre on the field, and just doing it for a whole year, not for a couple of weeks, and just being consistent with our performances. And I'd love that. Love to keep competing for the whole year.
I think it's fair to say that everyone who works here comes to play here in the competitive environment. We don't want people that don't want to be here, that don't have that burning ambition just to win.
Oh.
So everything we do here, it's important to understand, whether it's off the field, on the field, is about winning a comp, and that's the core objective of why we're here. That's our core product, both NRL and NRLW. So for Robert, who asked that question, rest assured that everything we're doing is about winning a comp.
Yeah.
How have you found Benji? How have you found Tim? How have you found Robbie and Dave Furner? Chops.
Yeah, Chopsy.
Chris Heinington. We've got a cast of thousands here now.
Yeah, they've been good. I had Chopsy when I was in high school. He was my high school footy coach, so that was good to reconnect with him. So he's been great. Faz he's been unreal. He loves it, mate. He's just got that competitive edge about him, and he just wants the club to do well. Heine's been good, mate, especially for those young blokes. He just wants to get the best out of them, and obviously a lot of them are doing their first pre-season, and he's just getting there around them and making sure they're doing the right thing and working hard. And Fernsy's been good, mate. He's a bit older, but you need those type of coaches around, and he's been good, just especially for me and a lot of the older blokes as well. Just teaching us, we still want to learn and progress as footballers. So he's good at doing that. And Benji's been good, mate. He's jumping in the training. He's putting the stepping people, setting up tries. But he's showing the boys that this is how you do it, and this is what it takes to be an NRL player. And Sheensy, mate, he's a footy coach. He teaches you the fabric of rugby league. So all these guys, they're getting a great coaching, especially from Sheensy. He teaches all aspects. Obviously he's been around the game a long time. The game hasn't changed too much. Obviously the speed and whatnot, but he's end of the day, it's how you catch the ball, the way you run a line, and the way you do that, do all that sort of stuff, and it's still the same. So he's good at teaching those basics as well.
I spoke to Adam Dewey just before, who's second week back at training, and he was saying that Benj and Robbie both still have the capacity and capability that they could fit in and play easily. Yeah,
they're in still good nick. That's good. It's good. I love seeing them out there, especially Benji, mate. He's still got that fire in his eye. He's in he's coaching at the same time, so he's getting a lot out of it, and the boys are getting a lot out of it as well. And it's keeping everyone on their toes, and it's keeping it competitive as well.
Probably harder for Robbie these days because all he's doing is bicep curls.
Yeah.
So it's actually getting harder for him to throw the ball
good.
around.
He's looking good.
Well, it's summer.
Yeah.
How much interaction have you had with our fan base so far? And are you seeing that they're passionate, but are they different passion? Have they been really responsive to you? How do you find them so far?
Yeah, they've been very welcoming. We had a signing session down at Narellan there.
Narellan, yep.
Unreal. I couldn't say a bad word down there. They were so good and kind. And then we had the Members Fan Day here in Concord, and same thing. Very welcoming, and it's very exciting. It's good to see. So yeah, next year, hopefully we can start the season off with 2 good wins at Leichhardt, and and don't let them down.
How many times you played at Leichhardt?
Only once.
Really?
Yeah, it was COVID. I think it was just before COVID, so there was no one there. So it'll be good to see a good crowd there and off the back fence.
Very different running out, wearing our colours, playing at Leichhardt versus wearing the opposition. And we've got 2 Sunday games there to start the season off, which is great.
Yeah.
So officially the last day of training today.
Yep.
What's the plan for David Klemmer and family for the Christmas break?
Yeah, just mate, I've got my birthday tomorrow, 22nd, so just be around family and really relaxing, mate. Just put the feet up for a bit and enjoy it.
So how old? 25, 26?
Yeah, 26. Yeah. Nah, 29.
29. So you're not going away?
Nah, not going away.
Not going away?
Nah.
Have you settled down here now?
Yeah, we're still we're just in the process of doing all that now. Obviously, it's been a quick transition to get down here, but hopefully we can fix all that up in the new year and be ready to go.
Beautiful. I think that brings a conclusion to Ask the Boss for episode 3. Thank you very much for joining. It wasn't too painful, was it?
Sweet.
It was easy.
Good.
It's all up to the host how he asks the questions. But no, with all seriousness, thanks. We really appreciated you obviously joining the club. Your contribution to the club on and off the field so far has been outstanding. To all our fans and members, we thank you for your constant support. We're looking forward to making you proud of the club in 2023. We wish you all a really happy and safe Christmas and New Year, and see you next year.